This morning, we are catching up with six-time Emmy winner Hank Azaria. For 30 years, of course, you know that voice. It's been a staple on The Simpsons. He's played dozens of characters, from Mo the bartender, Chief Wiggum, my favorite.
Well, his latest project, it's one of the most talked about shows of the year. Hank stars alongside The Weeknd in HBO's The Idol.
That's right. Hank plays Chaim, a music manager and father figure to pop star Jocelyn, played by Lily Rose Depp. He's protective of her, but he's also brutally honest.
A lot of people depend on me. It's just irresponsible of me to keep floating you for almost a year now if you are not going to put out any commercial music. I just can't keep covering half the mortgage. I'm really sorry.
No, but you're not listening to me. I'm telling you, I want to be bigger than this song. I want to be a once-in-a-generation artist, and I want to make music that lasts longer than my life.
But you're hanging by a thread right now. You're practically broke. You're not putting out any new music. You're not focused at all. I mean, you don't like the song. I understand, but you're not giving me any alternatives.
Hank, it's good to see you. Good morning. So,
Thank you.
So, second episode dropped last night for this, and your portfolio is kind of everywhere. You do all sorts of roles. What was it about this one, about playing Chaim, that brought you to it?
I'd worked with Sam Levinson before on The Wizard of Lies for HBO, the Bernie Madoff, De Niro thingy, with Sam and his dad, Barry Levinson. And we had a nice simpatico on that. He wrote that. And Sam called me up to come in and do this. And I was like, of course, are you kidding? And then I read it, and I was really happy I said yes, because I was really intrigued by the whole thing. I didn't even realize at the time that Sam was the Euphoria guy. Then it really would have been a big capital yes. But yeah, I was very psyched to get that call.
Hank, as you know, there's been some controversy.
I hadn't heard.
Surrounding the show.
I know.
There have been some who've called out the show's, shall we say, excessive nudity has been the claim. Rolling Stone publishes this report citing 13 members of the show's cast and crew alleging that the show had, quote, gone wildly, disgustingly off the rails. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was mercifully left out of any of the nude shenanigans, personally. But I can tell you that I know Lily Rose, who is the center of all that mainly, has said publicly and privately how protected and taken care of and collaborated with and listened to and safe she felt. And I know every care was taken, not just with those kind of scenes, but there are many kinds of sensitive scenes in this show, and I certainly felt safe that way and collaborated with. And that Sam goes for it. He points a stark truth lens at whatever scene he's doing, whether it's professional, personal, about the business, about a relationship, about sex. So that was what we were doing on that set, and we all were actually quite excited by the collaborative nature of it and how creative it was.
We should point out NBC News has not independently verified the report. We did reach out to the show's director, Sam Levinson, for comment about the ongoing controversy, and we were told that his team won't be giving any comments.
So it left me here to do it.
No comments outside what's already been out there.
Yeah, I know he's I do want to say this. It seemed to be in that Rolling Stone piece connected to what they call the chaotic nature of the set and how it was really haphazard and crazy. And that, I can tell you, is ridiculous. That would be like, I said this at Cannes at the press conference, and this is true. That would be like walking onto like a Robert Altman set where they're improvised, or a Mike Lee set, or a Larry David set, or a Judd Apatow set where brilliant folks are being encouraged to improvise and change and tweak under the caring eye of a director, and audibles are being called based on such, and saying, oh, well, the actors just don't know their lines, this is chaos. I understand how certain people could feel that way. I felt that way the first couple of days. I'm like, wait, what are we doing? What's happening? Because a lot of changes were made based on sometimes the light, the beauty of the light we were shooting in, or how the script was changing, or how a character's story was evolving, but it was incredibly creative and wonderful, really. And I've been on sets where it was the opposite. Where you finally get the pages late and you long for the days where you didn't have the pages because you're so disappointed by what you're reading and you have to make lemonade out of lemons. I'm going on, aren't I?
No,
but I'm very passionate about this. It was not this. It was an incredibly creative, collaborative.
Do we have to read the statement they gave us?
The standards, folks.
Okay, fine.
Oh, you have to read the statement?
Yeah, he has to read it.
Last month at a press conference, when asked about the Rolling Stone article, Sam called the allegations in the article, quote, complete foreign. Also said, I know who I am. HBO did tell us in part that The Idol is one of the network's most exciting and provocative original programs, adding the creative team has been committed to creating a safe, collaborative, and mutually respectful working environment. That's the official statement.
It really was.
Yeah.
I don't have to endorse that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just go with it. One last thing. Your performance in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yes.
In the final season was spectacular.
Yes, let's talk about me.
Yeah, was spectacular.
And look, my clothes are all.
Yes. Yeah, you're not. There were no nude scenes, which was great.
I felt very safe there.
And there's talk about another Emmy nom.
I just heard this before. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
What
know.
was that like being part of that final season?
That was lovely and wonderful. I was lucky enough to be like part of season 1 of Friends, for example, and at the creation of Spamalot, the Broadway musical. Obviously, The Simpsons from the beginning. And it was, you were aware in all those, including Maisel, that you're part of something pretty
Something
iconic.
magic. Yeah.
And they were also full of emotion and love doing it, aware that they were finishing.
Yeah.
So
No lie, I was at an event this weekend in New Orleans before the birthday party, and they were talking about that episode and how great it was. And I haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Hank, you just
Yeah.
proved again why we love having you on.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Hank.
it.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
The Idol
with my
airs-
clothes on.
The Idol, he put them on right before the.
Right before.
He did.
The Idol airs Sunday nights at 9 on HBO. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.